Identity is a vital part of being an artist, said someone a lot of times in history. But do you feel like you lack identity in your art, or you are not sure if you have an identity as a person, as an artist? Well, you probably have one, even though you still can't see it. But what does identity even mean? Is it a place you go to understand why you have this pent up anger with a splattered smile on your face? Or can you bite it, just like gold, to see its authenticity? As I am unsure, I decided to ask the great sage of this generation for an answer. According to Google, identity is the characteristics determining who or what a person or thing is. Of course, there are other meanings, but let's ignore it and only focus on what is convenient for us here. So we could say, for example, that this drawing right here is in some ways part of my identity and what distinguishes me, this channel, as Elia and not Lilia. Or even in the smallest things, or rather random common things in life, like objects we see and use daily. Like what makes a spoon and not a knife? And if we thought of ourselves as objects inside a drawer, like kitchen utensils, we as people in a society, couldn't we say we all also have an identity, and this identity determines what and who we are in this society? Okay, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself, and okay, I'm losing the point, but I still want to know, how does an identity come to be, and how can I catch this disease called artistry, artistic identity? How do I express it in my art? Like, do you go around collecting characteristics to determine who or what you are? Unfortunately, as I'm not a psychologist, sociologist, anthropologist, I don't have a well explained, empiric based explanation to tell you. I'm just a random artist, a random video that showed up in your YouTube feed, but I think we, as human beings, are always trying to find a group, a place where we belong, and identity is a huge part of it. Remember when you were 8 years old, and all the kids in your class liked playing soccer during recess? And you, also a kid, were part of this group and you wanted to belong, therefore you started playing soccer. But what if you lived in a society where all the 8-year-old kids liked to paint realism? Probably find yourself interested in drawing too. Of course, as time goes by, you change. Your interest, your identity would start to fully become. So we could say identity is a collection of characteristics formed by your innate likes and the experiences you have, people you know, etc., throughout our lives. And as an artist of this day and age, we are always trying to stand out, like show people why we are interesting enough to make them stay, right? And sometimes when we are in the process of finding who we are as an artist, we end up getting inspired by people around us, maybe we make similar art styles, like wanting to belong as we did as kids. I know, but we have to go through this phase to understand that I don't know, maybe like swimming more than soccer. And then, how do I show who I am? How do I put my identity in my art? Well, I think you are already making art that feels like yourself, even though you still don't see it. All the little details you put into your drawings, the colors you choose, the style of lyrics you write, or the photos you take, isn't that a huge part of you? And therefore, your identity? Anyways, I'm not sure if what I said today is understandable, is valuable, or anything. That's just my opinion, the way I view life and the identity of an artist. Either way, I want to close this video with a little poem I made, no reason at all. I'm a butterfly. As I walk on the street, I start to fly. And as you look at me, I'll accept your love, embrace your soul and say, yes, I know, because I waited for you My dearest, dearest, most kind love. Okay, bye. Have a nice day. No, okay. Okay, bye. Have a nice day, a nice week, a nice year, and a nice life. Bye bye. And bye.